Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Jack Devine coming to you from the couch with another episode of Jacksnax. And today's quiet but unassuming lesson bears serious fruit for the discerning Grateful Dead nerd. So hey, check it out. King Solomon's Marbles, great kind of instrumental piece off of Blues for Allah. And it contains this really kind of funky lick that crops up periodically in Garcia's playing throughout the years when things get a little more fusiony, for lack of a better word, or really loose. Whenever he's looking for a slightly outside sound over a dominant chord, and that's what's happening here, right? The opening of King Solomon's Marbles is, pretty firmly over a B Dorian, like a minor six sound, right? That, that kind of sound, and then finally, we have that, and it kind of releases into that open A sound, right? And Garcia decides to spell out the A7 chord vis-a-vis this little enclosure. So I'm going to use the open A string to kind of symbolize what we're playing against here. We're going to come in from the chords flat 3. Okay, that's like a standard blues idea. And we're going to come up to the root of the chord. And this is kind of the trick to successful use of enclosures for me, is that these little devices, right, they're kind of based around geometric shapes that we repeat that contain partial or completely valid musical statements. And because they kind of have the same contour, the brain makes the wonderful mistake of going, oh yeah, that works fine, even though it has complete weird stuff in it. Ever read one of those emails that has letters backwards and numbers and stuff like that, but yet still somehow your brain figures out what it was saying? Well, this is the same kind of thing, but kind of in a musical way. So here we are going to spell out a very obvious sound. That's easy, right? Nobody's ear is like, oh, I don't know what you mean by that. That's 3 and 1. And then we're going to do the same shape up a fret. And while the flat 5, the distance between these two, the interval, is very tense, but that's kind of inherent, again, within any kind of dominant chord, right? We're going to always be hearing, there's always that tritone in there. But still, that does sound a little exotic. And we're approaching from the 6th into the 7th and up to the chord's 3rd. So again, not that far, but it's definitely a little kinkier than the first one. That's very pedestrian then. And now here comes the spiciest of the peppers being served. So really what's happening is we're outside of the chord, into the chord, hit something. Okay, and usually we're coming. So basically everything is happening with the ring finger is in this 14th fret. Okay, so what are we doing? We're coming into the back half of an A9 chord here. Okay, with this finger, and we're spelling out just the normal side of an A major chord with our ring finger. Okay, so out of focus, into focus, much more focused. Out of focus, into focus, right? And when I say focus, I mean kind of within the focus of our chord, the A chord, right? Okay, and then once again, that's the flat 2, right? That's about as stressful as a sound can be, right? So here we are playing that B flat, but it's only a passing tone into the 9th, okay? And then up into the chord 6th, right? So there we are kind of spelling out on this side and then on that side. And then Garcia likes to top it off with that little chromatic lick from the flat 7 back to 6 and then chromatically up. Back up to the root. So that's the lick. That's the King Solomon's Marbles lick, right? Then he plays over something like that. Okay, and we're not going to get into that because it's a whole nother thing. But this is something that you can actually walk with and not only just play. I doubt your band's playing King Solomon's Marbles, but if it is, that's kudos to you. But you can use this all over the place. All over the place. So learn it in whenever you see a dominant chord that's kind of got a static amount of time, you know, where like you get to develop, you know, you could use it out of E, right? That would be it. Remember, we're coming up into the third, the root, into the seventh, third, into the ninth, sixth, into the fifth, and then probably up to the ninth. If we want to think about this as this, and then the same geometric shape. Okay, I have a lesson on Fire on the Mountain where I use this in the key of B to great effect, I think, you know, so. And then we can start taking that same geometric shape and start applying it to other notes all throughout the neck, and because we have that same contour, it does that beautiful oral illusion of fooling the ear into thinking it's something it isn't. But it's just a device that we can kind of slather on top of a scale, and next thing you know, you've got a very, very sophisticated sound at your disposal. All right, so we won't get too into that. Let's just focus on that A. Let's recap here. So remember, we're playing over that kind of spacey B minor sound. Put that 6 in there, right? Where then all of a sudden, all right, and that, my friends, is the King Solomon's Marbles League. Apparently I need some more coffee. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for tuning into the lessons. If you're liking what you're finding or using what you're finding, hey, please do me the service of hitting the subscribe button and you know, sharing, liking, and commenting below. I welcome the opportunity to get to know the people that are watching these videos and learning from them, and hopefully tailoring them to suit your needs better. All right? Signing off from the couch here down in Bethany Beach, it is me, Jack Divine, with another episode of Jacksnax. Thanks a bunch. Cheers.